Fortnite Season 2 Chapter 4 has a ton of new mythic weapons, mythic bosses, and new vaults that were completely different than ever before. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can get absolutely everything. And if you want that Season 2 Battle Pass for free or any other cosmetics coming to the item shop, I am still gifting 5 subscribers every single day who drop a like, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment with their epic ID. Big shout out to these loyal subscribers right here. And when you guys get on the game today, if you could put in code DOOM in the Fortnite item shop, I would really appreciate it because it only takes a couple seconds and it really helps me make my videos. So the best place to land is definitely on the southeastern part of the map at either Naughty Nets or Kenjutsu Crossing because it is super easy to get a kinetic blade in these areas. There are katana stands absolutely everywhere, so you can just easily pick up a sword from them to use for the rest of the match. They're by far the best item for mobility this season because you can actually chain together the dash attacks mid-air to fly super far. You guys will see just how amazing it is later when I tell you guys about the floating island that spawns, but unfortunately you can only hold one kinetic blade in your inventory at a time, so you won't be able to chain them together forever, but they do regenerate pretty quickly, so I would say they're honestly a little bit better than the shockwave hammer. But anyways, loot up as best as you can in this area. I don't really think claiming the POI is worth it because it doesn't give that great of loot, but if you feel like you didn't get much by looting normally, then you can always take the time to do it because there is no rush to move on. The mythic bosses you guys are looking for don't even spawn in until the first storm circle closes, so there is plenty of time to rotate to their locations. Once the first circle closes, the high card boss along with a few wild card guards will spawn in at Mega City, Shattered Slabs, and Brutal Bastion all at the same time. Their location will even be shown to you on your map so you guys can see exactly where they are. So basically you're going to want to take this zip line over the water, which will then lead you to a couple jump pads and try to get to Mega City right when the storm circle is closing. Chances are there's at least one team here waiting for the boss themselves, so you can either try to sneak up and eliminate them first or just go straight for the boss and try to eliminate him quickly to get the mythics before your enemies even get to you. Once you eliminate this boss though, he will drop high card's mythic havoc suppressed rifle as well as his vault key card. So here you can see the comparison between the mythic and a rare suppressed rifle, and the mythic only does 3 more damage per bullet. However, if you are landing headshots, that'll actually be 6 damage per bullet, which can make a big difference. However, it does turn out there is one pretty big downside to the mythic suppressed. With a normal havoc suppressed rifle, you still keep that first shot accuracy while sliding, as you guys see here, but for some reason with the mythic version you don't have that same accuracy. So if you find yourself shooting while sliding a lot, then you might have to reconsider using this thing. You guys should also look for these 2 augments here, munitions slide, which will give you more medium ammo just for sliding around, and then also medium ammo amp, which will give all of your medium ammo weapons an increased magazine size. Usually the havoc suppressed rifle will have 30 bullets in a magazine, but with this augment you'll now have 39 bullets. But anyways, moving on, once you guys pick up the vault key card, it'll direct you straight to where the vault is. The one at Mega City is at the very bottom of the POI, and there's only one way in and out, so keep that in mind, but you guys will not be disappointed by this vault. There is a mythic havoc pump shotgun for every one of your teammates, as well as plenty of legendary slurp juices. This mythic pump shotgun is amazing because it actually deals 250 damage to the head with just one shot, which means you can actually one-shot someone with max health even in 0 build mode. You will definitely notice a big difference between the gray pump because the gray only does 108 base damage while the mythic does 144. Also, don't sleep on these legendary slurp juices either because they replenish both your shield and health 3 points per second and will actually take you all the way to maximum health. Also, if you were wondering, it is the same boss at all 3 locations, and the 3 vaults all will contain the mythic shotguns and slurp juices, so it really doesn't matter which one you go to. Honestly, my favorite vault is at Shattered Slabs, just because it's the only one you can actually build inside of, which means you can easily break all the gold pallets and rack up a ton of gold easily. Now, once you guys loot a vault, you want to be paying attention to your map still, because these random containers of loot will randomly appear on the island. You have to go up to it and recover the cash, and then a timer lasting 50 seconds will begin before it opens up and gives you a bunch of really good loot. I think it mainly only gives rare weapons, however it will give you a ton of heals, including the legendary slurp juices. It's probably only worth waiting for if your team needs to stock up on heals, but definitely worth keeping an eye on. Now, when the 3rd storm circle closes, you're going to want to be near the middle, because that's when a rift shows up, which lets you know the floating island is coming soon. It takes about 40 seconds from when the rift first appears for the floating island to actually show up. You guys are going to want to use your kinetic blade to get to the island as fast as possible, because you're going to want to claim this POI. There are zip lines that drop down that can bring you up there as well, but you need to get there as quick as possible because it takes a while to claim, and once you do, you'll be rewarded with a ton of great loot, including a mythic overclocked pulse rifle for each of your teammates. Personally, my aim is absolutely terrible, so it's tough for me to know which mythic AR is better, the Havoc Suppressor or the Pulse, but if you can land headshots easily, it's definitely worth trying the Pulse. There is also a vault on the island that's under the house, but you don't need a special key card. You just have to use 2 of the regular keys that you receive by looting normally. This vault is pretty underwhelming though, so you might honestly want to save your keys. There are hollow chests around the map that contain the heisted exotic weapons from last season, which would probably be way more worth the keys. I've only found the heisted accelerant shotgun so far, but all the other heisted weapons are in the files, so I'm assuming you can still get all of them. Moving on, it looks like the Eren Yeager boss and ODM gear mythic weapon is going to be releasing the first update of the season on Tuesday, March 21st. We saw a preview of it in the gameplay trailer where it can be used like a grappler or the Spider-Man gloves, but then you can also lock onto an enemy and attack him with the swords. It didn't show an exact damage number, but either way, these are going to be some of the coolest mythic weapons in Fortnite history. We just really have to hope they give us a ton of grapple charges. I doubt we'll get 99 charges like the original Spider-Man gloves, but I'm praying we get at least 50. I can't wait to use it regardless, but there was another unique weapon in the trailer that you may have missed. It seems to be some sort of pistol that takes a second or two to lock on to an enemy, but then it fires a burst of bullets, and I'm assuming it does a good amount of damage. Fire Monkey actually leaked this weapon before the season was even out, and he also mentioned there's supposed to be some sort of rope and chains grenade launcher, so I don't know what that could be, but it sounds pretty interesting. Also, way later on in the season, I think around May the 4th, we're gonna get a pretty detailed Star Wars event. We're not gonna just be getting the lightsabers back, but they're also gonna allow us to use the Force powers. You can see a bunch of the Force powers listed here, and they might be associated with some of the new Star Wars skins that are coming. Apparently, these Star Wars skins are actually going to tie into the storyline and into the Rift Gate in some way, so we're probably gonna get some sort of live event to go along with all of this. I'm pretty excited to see what Fortnite has up their sleeve, and the last leaked weapon we have is something called a big wheel grenade or a big attachable wheel grenade. So I don't know if this like attaches to a vehicle or something, but we'll definitely be finding out sometime this season. Finally, here are some possible upcoming exotics, or they may have been scrapped. Personally, I'm just interested to see what the balloon sniper was. But yeah, guys, drop a like if you are hyped for season 2. We have a lot more cool stuff coming, and make sure to check out this season 2 video here.